I'm Lisa Vivori, and privileged to be working with a product that is changing lives across the country. Really a new product, different from anything people have seen out there. And I am thrilled to be able to introduce to you today Ray Lloyd, aka Glacier, former WCW pro wrestler, spent 30 years as a wrestler. He's going to tell you a little bit about that. He also is the owner of a successful wrestling school in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's got a master's degree in exercise science. So he's not only brawny, but he's bright. So with that, I want to introduce Ray. And Ray, thank you for being here with us today. You have had a really interesting experience on the gel. And we love hearing about it because people say, well, what about professional athletes? We know that this product was designed actually for professional athletes. You'd had some experience with HGH, and this product actually has homeopathic real HGH in it. Tell us about your experience.
Well, thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this with me. You know, we're, as of this taping, this is around mid-March 2019. So in about a week or so, I'll be at the point where we'll have been on the gel for about 6 months. And it is just, it's a product that is, I was just telling a friend of mine just recently today that it's really been a game changer for me. And I don't say that like, you know, I've been in a profession where my body has never really had any time off, a long period of time off, since I was a teenager. I played high school football. I was fortunate enough to go to college on a football scholarship. I played, you know, all throughout my college career. And when I finished my senior year of football, I went right into training to be a professional wrestler before I even graduated college. And I have gone 32 years straight, never taken a year off in the pro wrestling ring. As a matter of fact, I was just noticing it looks like I kind of got a little bit of a black eye. I had a match a few days ago, so maybe that's a little bit of leftover from that. I don't know.
Right. I have seen some of your wrestling, and it is mind-boggling to me that you can still put a sentence together. I mean, you're banged on the floor, you're banging your head, your body. I mean, I can't even imagine what your body has been through.
Yeah,
and how you function both mentally and physically every day after all those years of abuse.
Well, I'd say first and foremost is that I'm one of those rare people who can genuinely say that I've had a career that I absolutely love. And that's a big reason what keeps me going. But as you mentioned, I do have a very, very successful wrestling school, which is another passion of mine in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's called the One Fall Power Factory. And it is, in my opinion, the biggest, most prestigious independent wrestling school in the world. We partnered with my business partner, Mike Culori, and one of my mentors, Chip Smith, who is one of the top sports performance coaches in the world. As a matter of fact, he's been given the name the Godfather of sports performance. He's trained more Olympians and pro athletes than anybody I know. And so we were able to partner with him and in his 43,000 square foot facility in Atlanta, Georgia, which is just, I call it Disney World for athletes. You know, it has everything that you will really put into work. And so I'm someone who never has been someone to stand idly by and tell people how to go do this or that. I want to jump right in the game. And that's why in just a couple months, I'll be 55 years old. And I've just discussed this week the possibility, and this is something that is the first time you're even hearing about this, is the possibility of, in late May, being on one of the biggest wrestling shows in the world that I can't talk a lot about right now, but it's anybody that follows wrestling probably knows what I'm talking about. And it's something I'm really excited about. At that point, I will be 55 years old, going in front of a sold-out arena on the worldwide event, the broadcast worldwide. So so this product has really helped me stay in the game. And I say that with all 100% conviction. I'm not here to over-promote something or whatever. I'm just here to tell my story. And this is a product that I genuinely believe in. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started, I was a major league skeptic because I had taken injectable HGH back when I was wrestling full-time with WCW, mainly just to help my body recover because I was on the road over 300 days a year, wrestling an average about 250 matches a year. And even though it worked very good for me, it was really, really good. It was injections. It was very inconvenient for me traveling all the time to try to take all that with me. It had to be refrigerated. It was just, and it was very expensive. This is the first thing, the only thing I've found outside of that has given me anything to where I felt like I did remotely, like I did when I was on the injectable HGH. So that's
well. So to recap that's really interesting. So you were on injectable HGH to help your body recover, because we know that HGH is the healing hormone. It is why young people heal and recover so much faster from everything than older people, is because of the levels of human growth hormone. And so you were taking injectables, you stopped because it was expensive, inconvenient, with having to be refrigerated, you were traveling. But you said you've never found anything until this product. You didn't believe that a transdermal gel could help you very similarly to what the injections had done. Is that correct?
Absolutely, 100% correct. I have my master's in health education, exercise science, where, I mean, I've been in the health and wellness industry. Before I was a wrestler full time, I taught health education as a public school teacher, and I'm big into research. I research everything that I put in my body, and the HGH I did under a doctor's supervision. I got all my tests done before to make sure I was a candidate for it. Everything was done under a continual doctor supervision. But and I can say this too, I've tried just about every single thing you can buy at a supplement store. I've tried it all, trust me, and most of it doesn't matter what the claims are. And this is one of those products where I went in with a skeptical mind. Like I said, I was skeptical because it's things that sound too good to be true usually are. And I've just been amazed at some of the results I've got from this. Mainly the fact that I've been able to sleep so much better. And I haven't slept this good in recent memory. And it's just, if I get nothing else from that, even though I've gotten a lot of other benefits, like for example, I know for a fact my joints just don't hurt as much as they did before I got on the product. But just if I got nothing but the sleep out of it, that would be well worth it to me.
Well, let's talk about all of the benefits, because you said, you haven't felt as good. What else? So your joint, you're getting better sleep. Your joints don't hurt as much. One of the things you talked about with the injections was recovery.
Right.
Talk about recovery here.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, I'm still in the ring. A few times every month I go out and I wrestle, and usually I'm flying somewhere. I was in Atlanta this past weekend. I live in Orlando, Florida. I'm always on the road. So anybody knows if you just sit in a car for an extended period of time, how much that hurts when you kind of unfold getting out of a car. So I drive a lot. I sit on airplanes a lot. And a lot of times that's after being in the ring the night before. And I still go hard in the ring. I take a lot of pride in what I do in the ring. And people can say what they want to say about professional wrestling. I love it when people say, "Oh, isn't that stuff fake?" And my one answer these days is, "Boy, I really wish it was."
Right. It's got to be painful.
Yeah.
And so you're recovering better. You're not hurting as much. What about anything mental? Because your head takes such a beating, and you're traveling, and you're under so much stress and pressure. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just curious. Was there anything on the HGH injections that you noticed? Is there anything on the gel that you noticed?
Absolutely. And once again, I'm speaking from the heart. I'm telling you exactly what I've experienced. And I just know that I do seem to have more mental clarity since I've been on this product. And just being able to focus, because for whatever reason, over the last several years, I just felt like I wasn't being able to be as focused as I normally could. And this was kind of a side benefit I didn't even expect. And all of a sudden one day I just realized I was able to focus more on whatever the task at hand was. I was never labeled ADHD, but I think I was when I was younger, because and even now, like I like to try to refer to it as multitasking, but I think I'm just all over the place usually. And this has really helped me when I start something now. I really feel like, okay, focus on that, finish that, and then move on, was not the case. I can tell you it really was not the case. And so that was, once again, an added benefit that I totally did not expect to get from this.
Oh, that's very cool. How long did it take you to start to see benefits, and which came fast and which came over time, and help people kind of know what to expect? I mean, if somebody is interested in trying the product, what would you tell them about timing and what to expect and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I can say for me personally, and this is something I didn't, as I became educated about the product even more, I didn't realize how much of the botanicals that are in the product actually helped me right out of the gate. I just seemed to almost within the first week, I seemed to really notice I was sleeping better. I just felt, and my body felt better. I think that was just because, for me personally, just putting something really good in my body that hadn't been there. And so I think overall, I just had a general overall feeling of feeling better, just feeling like I had, if you want to call it, more energy or whatever, just more get up and go. I felt like I wasn't as sluggish, and maybe that was some due to almost immediately feeling like I was sleeping better. But I feel like because of the sleeping, everything else, I tend to get a lot more benefits in other areas, mainly just because of that. But almost immediately, I would say by the third day, I really felt that there was something going on. I just felt a change in my body. I felt better. My body just didn't seem to hurt as much. And that, once again, was something that was really a pleasant surprise, because I didn't expect to get any kind of immediate benefit.
Well, one last thing before we wrap up, you and I chatted initially, right at, not long after you started, and you said to me that you noticed a change in your body, that you had noticed you hadn't had your body, like the muscle, the fat. I'm not sure exactly what did you say to me? What was that?
Yeah, actually, that was, I meant to mention that when I was talking, I kind of got sidetracked. I know for a fact what it feels like to be on the injectable HGH. Especially, I know the one main thing I realized back when I was on that was there was almost like an immediate tightening of the skin around my torso, through my torso, my waist, my abs, and things like that. This is the only product that has ever given me that same feeling. And obviously, once that started happening, it made sense to me that, okay, well, I'm using the same, just in a different application. I'm not, obviously a transdermal application rather than an injection, but that was a really pleasant surprise that I didn't expect.
So, I know a lot of people are going to really appreciate the fact that you're sharing this. You're obviously someone who comes from your heart. You're sincere. We all want people to share something that's helping us, and particularly when it's something that's so unique that really, like you said, there's nothing out there like this product. There is just no place else to get the benefits of this. You mentioned not only is there the HGH, there are the botanicals. There's also adrenal and thyroid support. Particularly for women, that thyroid support can make a heck of a difference. And the adrenal support tends to account for a lot of the mood improvement that people see. And I think that you've expressed at times that you felt also just more of a sense of peace, a sense of calm, and handling life better. The same things happen, and just kind of without changing anything else, sort of having that sense of calm. So, which is really very cool. So, I know a lot of people are going to appreciate hearing your story, hearing your perspective, and I know that you can answer questions if anybody would like to ask you more about it. Right?
Yeah,
you're available.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me just say two quick things here as well that I want to make sure I mention is one. Like I said, I'm a big time research guy. I try to find anything and everything that could help me, that's not going to hurt me. It's going to be something good for my body. And if there were anything out there that were as good or better than this, trust me when I say I would have found it a long time ago. I mean that sincerely. The other thing that was a big, big confidence booster for me was my uncle, who is one of the people in my life I look up to and admire immensely since I was a kid, is in the medical profession. He's a PA. And I sent this to him, all the information. I said, please pick this apart. Tell me the good, the bad, and the ugly. He came back and he said, Ray, all I can tell you is it's all good. There's no bad and ugly to it. And I said, are you serious? He said, it is all good. This is a really sound product. And that comes from someone who is a trusted medical professional that I trust as a person and as a professional. So that was a big win for me too, as far as to continue taking this. But yeah, I'd love to be able to share this with the world. Hopefully, a lot of my wrestling friends, they already have heard about it. And I see how so many people that I look up to and admire in this business, how much they hurt and what they put their bodies through. And anything that I could recommend to them that would just maybe help ease their pain, so to speak, is something that I'm going to kind of put in front of them. So, and that comes from the heart. That's not, any other reason than that, because these people are people I genuinely care about. And so, yeah, and I've partnered up with some great people, including yourself. You've been so amazing to me since the day I met you. but if anybody wants to know more information about this, please feel free to reach out in private message. Gio Pizzo and my buddy Chip as well. We'll make sure to put their names up here with the video. But I'd love to talk to anybody that is interested in this. It's something that has literally changed my life, and I hope they never stop making it. That's all I can say.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Well, thank you so much. You're an icon, and everybody's going to be glad to see this personal side of you and hear your story. And I'm sure you'll be getting a lot of interesting questions. So I look forward to that. So thank you so much for doing this with us today.
Thank you, Lisa. As always, I appreciate you.
Okay.